Welcome all of you. We are still under surd and we'll be looking at basic forms of surd, similar surd and conjugate surd. So let's take them one after the other. So we'll have the first one, which is what? Basic forms of surd. So a surd is said to be in its basic form. For instance, if you have root x, if the surd cannot be broken down into two factors, where one of the factor has an exact square root, okay? So this surd is said to be in its basic form if we cannot break it down further. For instance, if you have root 2, if you have root 3, root 5, root 7, all these surd are in their what? They are all in their basic form. Why? Because we cannot break them down further into two factors, where one of the factor has an exact square root, okay? So, but a surd like square root of 18 is not in its basic form because we can still break it down further into what? Into 9 times what? 2. 9 has an exact square root, which is what? 3. So we have the square root of 9 is, so we have 3 root what? 2. So this is the basic form of root 18. That's similar surd, which is second one, similar surd. So two surd are said to be similar if their irrational parts are what? Are the same. Okay? If their irrational parts are the same. For instance, if you have 5 root n and 3 root n, these two surd are similar because root n is equals to what? Is equals to root n. Okay, their irrational parts are the same. Now, if you have 7 root x and 2 root x, these two surd are similar because their irrational parts are the same. Okay, what I mean by irrational part is the ones inside the root. Okay, the roots that we have. Okay, they are what? They are similar. So we have root x is the same as what? As root x. Okay, so the two surd are what? Similar. Okay, but if you have something like 5 root 2 and 2 root 5, these two surd are not similar because their irrational parts are not the same. Okay, their irrational parts are not the same, so do not confuse this. Okay, you can see here we have 5, we have 5, we have 2, we have 2, but they are not similar. Okay, why? Because their irrational parts are not the same. Here we have root 2, here we have root 5. So root 2 is not the same thing as what? Root 5. So therefore they are not similar. So the next one that we have is conjugate surd. So if you have a surd, for instance, if you have 3 root 2 plus 7 root 3, okay, the conjugate of this surd is 3 root 2 minus 7 root what? 3. So conjugate surd are similar in expression, but the only difference is in the sign in between them. Okay, you can see here they are similar in expression. We have 3 root 2, we have 3 root 2, we have 7 root 3, we have 7 root 3, but the only difference is in the sign in between them. So this is plus and this is minus. If you have 7 root 3 minus 5 root 2, the conjugate of this surd is what? Is 7 root 3 plus 5 root what? 2. So you can see the two surd are similar in expression, but the only difference is in the sign in between them. So generally, the conjugate of root x plus root y is what? Is root x minus root y. And the conjugate of root x minus root y is what? Root x plus root y. Thank you very much and God bless you. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and share this video.